Hi, and welcome to my April TBR jar video. My son Milo is going to pick the 6 prompts for me this month.
Today we be doing the TBR jar. It's spring, so we be doing the TBR jar. Also, it's spring. We have come up on the stage, Mom. And also say with 3 green ones. He's gonna pick 3 green ones. He's gonna pick 3 green ones for spring.
He would like to pick 3 green prompts for spring. We're very excited that spring is here. Prompt number 1 will be,
Okay, let's see. Check it out. Let's pick our first green one. This is gonna be our first green one. Hold on.
it says a book from a book subscription.
Kids, that's enough. They see enough. They see enough of the prompt.
I only have 1 book subscription going at the moment, and that is Book of the Month. And they are all up right here. Okay, so for all my Book of the Month books, I've read 3. I started 1. So there's only 2 left. So there are only 2 Book of the Month books that I have not read yet. The first one being Red City by Marie Lu. And this was an option for last month, and I do really want to read this. And I do not believe that I have heard a bad review for this yet. In fact, I don't even think I've seen less than a 5 stars for this book. And I know it takes place in Los Angeles. It is a fantasy book. It has alchemy magic, an exclusive power wielded by crime syndicates that market it to the world's elite in the form of sand, a drug that enhances those who take it into a more perfect version of themselves. More beautiful, more charismatic, simply more. From what I've gathered, there are 2 main characters, and these 2 have grown up together, but they end up in separate crime syndicates. So maybe a little enemies to lovers, or friends to enemies to lovers. The other book is This Story Might Save Your Life by Tiffany Crum. Another one I've heard nothing but rave reviews about. I know this follows 2 friends that have a podcast called This Podcast Might Save Your Life, or something to that effect. Best friends Benny and Joy like to say they've been saving each other's lives since the moment they met, till the day Joy disappears and Benny is suspected of her murder. I love this cover too. It's so pretty. So the first book on my April TBR is going to be This Story Might Save Your Life by Tiffany Crum. I did really want to read this, so I am so thrilled that it's on my TBR officially.
Okay, guys, we're doing prompt number 2.
Prompt number 2.
But Halloween. I really want it to be Halloween again because it's really horrifying. Let me just pick. I hope.
Maybe you're manifesting like a scary book. Okay, let's pick number 2, Milo. Uh-oh. Ooh, this is a good one. Read a book from your backlist TBR.
Ooh.
I have a lot of backlist TBR, let me tell you. I think for this prompt, I'm going to challenge myself to pick from my physical TBR. Okay, I have 3 books from my physical TBR. I have to admit my Kindle probably has the most backlist books from years and years and years ago. But since I want to read my physical TBR, I decided to make this prompt just simply from that. First up, I picked Nanny Need It by Georgina Cross. This sounds like a really good drama-filled, juicy, trashy thriller. It's about a woman who becomes a nanny for a very wealthy family in New York City. So our FMC is working for the Bird family, and there's something very strange about them. Why does the beautiful Miss Bird never leave the apartment alone? And what happened to the last nanny? So it looks like our main female character, Sarah, is going to be way in over her head. And I've heard the twist in this is like insane. And I do love an insane, wild twist. Now, this is just embarrassing at this point. This book has been an option for every TBR I've had this year, and that is Conform by Ariel Sullivan. Here she is again. So I've already talked about the premise of this several times, but it is a dystopian fantasy book that is getting rave reviews. And there is a love triangle. I mention that every time, so I must be excited about it. Okay, and lastly, I did read Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross this year. So I have the prequel, Wild Reverence. And again, I've heard that this book is incredible. I already know I love this author's writing. Okay, so our main female character is Matilda. She is the youngest goddess of her clan. Matilda holds a secret she must hide from even her dearest allies, and there is a mortal who dreams of her, though they have never met in the waking world. Matilda and Vincent are fated to find each other beyond dreams. I'm super excited to get to this, but I think it would be a crime not to pick Conform by Ariel Sullivan. Finally, it is going officially on the TBR, book number 2. I am super excited to read it, and hopefully I better read it this month because I cannot have this going up again in another TBR. Yay. Knock down Taylor. Get up, girl. Prompt number 3.
Okay, let's see what the last green one is going to be.
Okay, we're going to do another green one.
Then we're done with the greens. I think I
Do
see
you need
it.
me to hold the jar for you so you can pick it out better?
No.
What about green is giving you spring?
Because spring is grass and sun.
The sun is green?
No, green as grass.
You don't have to hold it very close to your lips like this. Look. Like that. Yeah, right there.
No, that's how it got wet.
That would be how it got wet if you're holding it to your mouth. Okay, cool.
It got a little bit too wet. Okay, let's see. A horror book.
Is it a horror book?
Horror book?
Okay, this is cute. Read a book with a cover you love.
Oh, this is amazing.
You just spit on me.
This is amazing. That's the best one yet, right?
You think so?
Yeah, that's a... Yeah, because you can pick any book you want because you like all the covers, right?
I'm going to challenge myself once again to pick from my physical TBR. Ooh, yes. Don't love that one. Okay, of course, this prompt is subjective, but from my physical TBR, I would say these are 3 covers that I genuinely really like. Or maybe not. I'm going to explain in a moment. My first option is Made for You by Jenna Satterwhite. I don't know, there's something about this cover that draws me in. I really do like it. Now, I read a book from this author last year called The New Year's Party, and I hated it. I've been so excited to read this because the premise sounds so good. So this follows a reality show like The Bachelor, and a synthetic woman becomes one of the contestants. And everyone is like up in arms, clutching their pearls that they would let a synthetic woman compete. But she does, and she wins. Fast forward 15 months after the show, Julia the synth and Josh are married and raising their baby. Then Josh goes missing, and Julia becomes the prime suspect in his murder. Doesn't that sound so juicy and so much fun? Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair. I've heard that this is really, really good. It's a fantasy book. Our main female character, Lilith, She uses her magic to steal for a living. When Lilith comes into possession of a beautiful blade, she thinks that all her worries are over, till her usual buyer dies while inspecting it. So it looks like she teams up with some man who is head of one of the powerful families in her district to find out why this blade, when she handed it to someone, killed them. I don't know. That sounds really intriguing. Okay, and my third option is I'm terrified. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that I love this cover. And maybe it was a little bit of a bad thing to know all of the prompts before going in to make my selections. But I really wanted to put this on my TBR and nothing matched the prompts. So I thought I could cheat and throw it in here. I have never read not one book from Sarah J. Maas. And now with all this buzz and hype over ACOTAR books 6 and 7, I just need to know what all of the hype is about. And I don't have a lot of time to read all of the books. Being I just figured out I'm going to have to read Throne of Glass and Crescent City before I could read ACOTAR 6. So I got to get a move on. I know literally nothing about this woman's books. The only thing I think I know about this first book, it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And I've also heard that you have to get through this to get to book 2, and that's when you're really going to be obsessed. So out of necessity, A Court of Thorns and Roses will be the third book on my April TBR. Please don't be mad at me for cheating.
Yep, we'd be picking yellow.
Prompt number 4.
Pick the yellow one.
He wants to do a yellow one.
Yep.
Okay, let me see.
Horror book. I think it's this.
Ooh, a trashy domestic thriller. You're doing an excellent job, Mila. I'm trying to pick options that I haven't had before in previous TBR options. I'm pulling out the Kindle. So the interesting part of this prompt is the domestic part. So it has to be like a suburban family neighborhood drama. Ooh, okay. I found one so quickly. And this is all going to be from my library, not even Kindle Unlimited, because I would like to read the ebooks I purchased as well. Option 1 is The Wives of Hawthorne Lane by Stephanie DeCarolis. The title, the cover is giving domestic thriller, but I can't say I remember what this is about. It does say on the cover, how well do you know your neighbors? So I believe this is perfect. Or not, this takes place on and around Halloween. And I'm a seasonal reader, guys, so let's see what some other options are. Okay, would this one count? The Mad Wife by Megan Church. I think so, right? It's like about a housewife in the 1950s, and I believe something shady is going on with her neighbor. And again, this is another one with like an insane twist. So I definitely think that's an option as well. Okay. I have another option. I hate when it updates my Goodreads profile when I'm just trying to look at the book and like show the cover. So this is a suspense novel from the master of the suburban scandal. It's You Deserve to Know by Aggie Blum Thompson. I've heard that this book is filled of juicy drama and scandal. The first page in this book says transcript from NBC's Dateline. I don't think you get more trashy domestic thriller than this. Okay, I think I absolutely have to go with You Deserve to Know. This cover is really giving spring too. Aren't they kind of giving the same colors? Like similar vibe? I don't know. I like it. It's very aesthetically pleasing to me. Both of these covers. Prompt number 5.
Mommy's second favorite color. Oh, this one.
This one? Okay, let me see.
This is the best.
Okay, you're going to like this one, Milo. A book with the word dead, die, or death in the title.
Ooh, this one is great. Want to have? Oh, this one's good.
Yeah, that could be a scary book, right?
Yeah, I like it.
We like scary. Okay, let me show. I forgot to put the after with dead, die, or death. I have kill. I have murder. Oh, I do have one. I have exactly one book with one of those words on my physical TBR, and it's everyone in the group chat dies. But I have actually already read this and I really didn't like it. So I don't have any options on my physical TBR. To the Kindle we go. Dead, die, death. Dead, die, death. Ooh, dead, die, death. Yes. So option number 1 is one that I'm really excited to read. It's like a magical realism literary fiction. It's Death Valley by Melissa Broder. And this is about a girl who's like grieving the loss of somebody, I think, in her family, maybe her dad. And I think everyone's traveling to the funeral and they stay at this hotel in the desert. She goes out for a walk one evening and finds this giant cactus. And she finds out she's able to walk into the cactus. And when she does, she's like in another dimension. That shit sounds right up my alley. Yeah, that can't be the only one. I found another one. And this is another one I purchased that I really, really want to read. And I think it looks perfect for spring. And that option is Till Death Do Us Part by Lori Elizabeth Flynn. And this has a really interesting premise. It's about a woman whose husband has died, and he's died years ago. And then one day she sees a man that looks exactly like her husband. And apparently he's working at this like winery in California. And not only does she think this man looks like her husband, she believes it is her husband. So she goes to investigate. Then there's another one that I think I got with one of my Amazon first read picks like years ago. It's Almost Surely Dead by Amina Akatar. And I think this is about a girl who runs a podcast and then she keeps dying, like coming back to life, dying again. Something like that. It does sound interesting. So for this prompt, I think I'm going to choose Till Death Do Us Part by Lori Elizabeth Flynn. And the aesthetic of this cover is matching 2 of the other covers. I'm going to put them all side by side. They all have like the same color palette, the same vibe. Till Death Do Us Part, You Deserve to Know, and this story might save your life. Prompt number 6, the last prompt.
7. You say 6, 7.
Pick a good one.
I'm going to go all the way down.
Oh, he's going to the bottom. Be careful, that's a glass jar. Oh, this is a 2-hand operation. If you want to let them fall out, I can pick them up later. Oh, you did good.
Oh, I got a blue one.
Okay, this is the one.
Yeah. 6, 7.
Read a Goodreads Choice nominee from 2025. They're from all different years. So do you want to say goodbye, Mila?
Let me say goodbye in a good way. Goodbye!
Let me see if I have any on my shelves. I know I do, actually. This was a nominee, right? I haven't read the One Dark Window duology, so I don't want to get into this yet. Okay, I do have one option on my shelf that I could pick, and that's Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. And we all know that this blew up last year. So from what I remember, this is about a woman who moves back to like her hometown with her husband. And then she runs into her high school sweetheart. And I think they start having an affair. And then there's some sort of mystery plot and there's like a court case going on. Sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Back to the Kindle. I have Shield the Sparrows by Devney Perry. Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. Okay, and I have 2 available on the Libby app. The Missing Half by Ashley Flowers and The Names by Florence Knapp. So I'm going to go with the one that I've had hold on Libby the longest, and that is The Names by Florence Knapp. This book sounds so freaking interesting. It follows a woman who is debating what to name her son. As she's going down to register his name, it breaks off in 3 different timelines depending on what she named her son. So 3 different names. and each story goes in totally different directions, all depending on his name. That sounds so freaking good. And I've heard it's also like really emotional. I've been meaning to get to it, so I am so excited to add this to my April TBR. Okay, I officially have 6 books on my April TBR. For a book subscription book, This Story Might Save Your Life by Tiffany Crum. From my backlist TBR, Conform by Ariel Sullivan. A cover I love, not really, but it's A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I don't hate the cover, but I definitely don't love it. My trashy domestic thriller is You Deserve to Know by Aggie Blum Thompson. A book with the word dead, die, or death in the title is Till Death Do Us Part by Lori Elizabeth Flynn. A Goodreads Choice nominee from 2025. I Picked the Names by Florence Knapp. I don't know, this sounds like a really exciting TBR. A lot of different genres, going out of my comfort zone. I think it's going to make for a really interesting reading month. So I hope you'll come back to see my reviews of these books at the end of the month. And thank you so much for watching. Also, if you have any prompts for me, please leave them in the comments. I would love to add more to my TBR jar. I hope everyone has a great reading month in April. Again, thank you so much for watching.